Alright, hey, what's up, YouTube? It's your girl, Young Manish, aka Miss Rainbow Talk on YouTube. Right now I'm doing a video response to a video I just watched about Prego studs by Studology 101 to Pooks and Deezy. Um, the whole pregnant stud thing, they were saying how most of the time, sometimes it's due to studs that get raped. I'm from Dallas, and all the pregnant, like most, I'm not gonna say all, but majority of the pregnant studs that I've seen is because they're on the DL and that shit is not cool. I can understand if they get raped. Yes, that's not your fault. If you raped, that means you said no and it was still forced upon you. But the pregnant studs, I've known one or two pregnant studs, and it was simply because they was on the DL, and like they said, psychedelics, that shit is not cool. I mean, it's one thing if you a stud, that's okay, but you gotta understand you represent the whole gay community when you're a stud and you get pregnant, because it's looked down upon, because you studs, they swag like a nigga, and that's why I love them, but they not. And when you see a pregnant stud, it just throws your mind because it looks like a pregnant dude, and you just looking at the shit like, what the fuck? Like, you not just making it not only looks crazy on your end, but it just makes the whole gay community, to me, look bad, because to know that you say you're gay, but you get pregnant and that shit's not cool. That's when it becomes like a trust factor with studs. Yes, people say, oh, most studs are gay. There are those bi studs, which to me is crazy, but at the same time, I have to agree with Deezy and Pooks, because that shit is weird. I'm sorry if you a pregnant stud and you don't like what I'm saying, but the shit's weird. You making the whole gay community look bad, and that's just not cool. I'm not having kids until I find that stud that says they want kids, let's have kids. Then that will be the only time I'm gonna be willing to have sex with the dude. Well, not even that. We'll probably go to sperm donor. But pregnant studs, it just looks crazy, and it's just, I can understand if you get raped, it's not your fault, but at the same time, if you choose to keep that baby, because it becomes an issue, because a pregnant stud, they in a stud mentality, it's a lifestyle, but you can't be a stud if you're pregnant. So you have to switch back to being a film for those 9 months, which is crazy, because you're a stud for a reason, and now you're forced to go back to the lifestyle that you didn't want. So I can understand why studs do abort their kids if they do get pregnant. I'm not a fan of abortion, but it's your body and it's your life and it's your decision. That's just how I feel about it. But the whole pregnant studs, most of them, 9 out of 10 is because they're on the DL, and they on the DL still fucking with niggas, and that shit's not cool. I've seen it a lot in Dallas. At the malls, I've seen pregnant studs who still walk around like a stud, and it just looks weird, because I look at them like, damn, who is that stud? And then they turn around and I see their stomach, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And I remember the first time when I first seen it, it just fucked my head up, because I was like, what the fuck? Like, oh my god. And it just became that tap 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 your friend, girl, look at that, and you pointing and staring like, what the fuck? You're a stud and you're pregnant. Like, oh my god, that's crazy. So that's just my input on the pregnant studs. I feel that it's not because 9 out of 10, it's not because they got raped. They gonna lie and say they got raped. I've known a stud that did say, oh, I was raped. Nah. And then you ask a dude, and it was consensual. Simply, I know, it's just 9 out of 10. Simple. It's simple. 9 out of 10. They wasn't raped. They willingly had sex with the dude because they on the DL. And if you're a DL stud, it's okay if you admit to the fact that says, yes, I'm a bisexual stud. If you can admit to that from the jump, then it's not an issue. But if you walk around saying, if you walk around saying you're gay, then there's no way you should be getting pregnant. Sorry, that's just my input on it.